Hi, I'm Raewyn, and I am one of the co-authors of Corporate Dropouts, and I'm delighted to be able to share a reading from my chapter in the book. My chapter is called Being the CEO of Your Health, and it details my journey from burnout to becoming self-employed and to living a digital nomad laptop life. And as you can see, I am in beautiful Cabo, Mexico, after living in the UK for 20 years and now running my own business and being able to work from anywhere. But I'm going to give you the origin story of how this all began. Here's my chapter. Being the CEO of your health. While the beauty is in the butterfly, growth happens in the cocoon. Jim Quick. I will always remember the morning I forced myself out of my London flat to get to my Canary Wharf desk job on time. Working in Canary Wharf was my dream when I first arrived in London. But on this frosty Monday in March, it was a little too frosty for someone from the warm and sunny Caribbean island that had been my home for 22 years. I was coming from a place where, to avoid violence, women had to get in a car to go anywhere. Roaming freely through the streets of London was not just thrilling, it was liberating. In 2001, when I was young and not yet jaded by 8 million people all cramming into an overcrowded tube car, it was exciting. I felt alive, free. I was part of something bigger. Living in a big city in a first world country, anything was possible. London was where I could make my mark. But by January 2016, the zest for life within that wide-eyed, innocent girl had faded to a faint memory. The novelty of big city life had lost its shine. By then, the thought of rushing to the tube station was no longer a source of excitement. In fact, the never-ending cold and grey, compounded with the thought of another 10-hour day at a desk in a prestigious London bank, now filled me with panic and dread. The knot that was painfully tightening in my bloated belly that icy morning is another memory that I could do without. My sleep the night before had been broken, so waking up that day felt like I was peeling my body out of bed. But this was no different to the 32 Mondays that had gone before. I could not believe I'd been doing this dismal dance for almost a year. Cue the Talking Heads tune, Once in a Lifetime, and David Byrne's infamous and haunting line, "You may ask yourself, how did I get here?" For 10 years before this, I'd been so full of life and passion for creating and leading the wellness program at the bank. I'd given most of my adult life to it. But now my mother's voice was often the one echoing in my head. I can just see it in the papers now. Wellness program manager can't stomach her own medicine. The irony hadn't been lost on me. Talk about imposter syndrome. Imagine being a corporate wellness manager with an ever-increasing list of symptoms and a pharmacy in her purse to match. I thought I had done all the right things. I exercised every day. I ate a strict vegetarian diet, and I always chose low-fat products. But somehow, I'd run out of steam, and my mood was prone to dramatic fluctuations. My partner at the time and I were trying to get pregnant without success. If that wasn't bad enough, my specialists diagnosed me with asthma, anxiety, and depression, not to mention irritable bowel syndrome. As I stood in the communal hallway of my flat, my partner took a photo of my face. That photo was the beginning for me. When I look back on it, the red cheeks, puffy eyes from crying, shoulders drooping in a winter coat, and my aura depleted, I knew I couldn't continue this way. I wasn't free anymore. I was enslaved into a system that was sucking the life out of me. Those are the first 2 pages of my chapter, and if you want to find out how the rest of it goes and what else ensued in order for me to get to where I am now, I would love for you to pick up a copy of this on Amazon, on Kindle, or you can buy the hardback or the paperback right now because they're now available. Please leave a review after you've read it and let me know what resonates with you, and I'd love to be able to connect with you via Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. I'm Raewyn, the Gutsy Executive Coach, and I thank you.